Start Strong every Wednesday at, let me just think, 7:45. So if you haven't been on it yourself, tune in so then you know what we're saying on there. And then when you guys bring on reps, definitely get them connected on there. So we just had that one. So tune in, tune in. And then, of course, we have this call. And then lots of other calls. Hopefully, I wonder if Sarah Beardmore is up. No. Hopefully she'll tune in because she can share with us what she has been doing down south. But anyways, we will get started. Just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to these team calls. Tonight is the first Wednesday of the month, so we never have a guest speaker on, unless that's the only day they can do. But just to review some events that are going on or whatever else that we have to share. So we really appreciate you guys tuning into this and just making it important for you guys to see what's going on. And then also it saves your uplines lots of time having to share with you what happened. Or if you can't get on, we get that. Life happens. There's always a recording. Nikki is so amazing. She records it and she posts it on the Team B Facebook page. So if you do ever have to miss, know that you can tune in there. And as I said, please do, because there's usually at least one nugget that you can get from this stuff. So Nicole, last I saw her, she was in Ecuador covered in mud, having the time of her life with her mom and dad. So you've got the rest of us running the call tonight. And just wanted to go over some resources, I guess, that you guys should be using and that you can be using for your new reps coming on as well. There is just so much stuff. Honestly, it's mind-boggling. It's amazing, but it's mind-boggling. And what we are trying to do, Nicole, Jen, Sarah, and myself, and Sarah B, are organize all of this and have it better laid out. We're getting really good, and I think we all deserve a standing ovation because none of us are detailed, so this is painful for us, but we're trying to bring everything together in pretty much one place, with the exception of a link that takes you directly to another website that has all the trainings laid out, but have it all there so that this becomes super duplicatable, so that even if you're new, you could start a new person because you just have to go to one place and then teach them. So we'll share some of that stuff with you. Hopefully it won't be too crazy confusing. If you haven't done your launch call, and what does that look like? It's you get on with your upline, and this is a Zoom call, and the upline will talk about the product, and then you get to share your product story, and then the upline talks about the business, and then you share your business story, and then maybe a bit of shred 10 targums or whatever. If you haven't done that yet, book a time to do it, because that is going to be an incredible tool for you guys to use to send to somebody. It's so much nicer when you can send your own story to who you're talking to, as opposed to, here's my friend that you don't really know. And it's just so much better when you can send them your little story. And people freak out, oh my God, my story, I don't know what to say. Super easy, guys. It's literally a few sentences. What was your pain? Let's say business story is money. And what are you hopeful for if you're just getting started? Or how did it help you? So it gave us a little more breathing room. We were able to pay down debt, or we needed a little bit of more fun money so that we could go on a trip because we've got kids and my husband and I never talk. And this has just been able to allow us to have the best trip of a lifetime and strengthen our marriage, or whatever it is. So your upline will totally help you with that. But please, 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 if you have not already, reach out to them and book that. The second thing I highly recommend you guys do, if you haven't done it or you're just new, is to book a Shred 10 Facebook event. And so you set up an event on Facebook and you invite people to it. And prior to the event, you're doing different posts. You could talk about the person that's going to be your upline. Why are you excited they're going to be on this call? Give them teasers about her story. Talk about detoxing, power fruits and vegetables, whatever. Just some things to get some interaction happening on that page. And then how the actual event works is your upline will run the whole event. They will do all the talking. They will talk a little bit about the product, and then they'll go into more detail on the Shred 10 and how it all works. We don't talk about the business at that time, but just go through the Shred 10 in a bit more detail and explain it. So that's just a great way for you to introduce more people to the Shred 10. So I highly, highly recommend you do that. So you get good at it, because then, so I do that with my reps, and I'm committing to doing that every month. The sort of the beginning, I haven't picked the exact dates either. It's going to be a third week of the month though, so that they can invite people to it, and then those people have time to order to start the shred for the following month. And then my reps get good at that, so then they start doing it for their reps, and then they start doing, and so on. So then we have this amazing duplication happening, right? So once you get good at it, you teach others, and then others can do this, and then that's where the magic happens, this duplication. So book both of those for yourself, and if you have team, reach out to your team and get that happening. If you're new and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do Zoom and whatever, get your upline to help you with your team. They will help you so that you guys get comfortable with this, okay? So make sure you do that. What else? Oh, and then also other events. Just keep booking other events with your new reps, guys, to until they basically fast track to VF or whatever their next goal is. There's so many events. Just do what's fun, but just get back into doing these live events. Katie Ravy, you guys heard Luke Wren speak way back when. He's actually going to be coming on our call next month. His wife is super successful, and she built her business. People think it was based on social media, but it's not. It was creating curiosity on social media, conversations and so on, and getting them out to an event. And when she stopped doing these live events, her business dropped, her paycheck dropped by 40%. Huge. So she's back doing the same thing again, creating the curiosity on events, but using that to get people out to events. So it's so, so important that you guys do that. And speaking of events, there are so many events going on. Please check the Team B events page. I don't want to go through them all there, but they're pretty much, as soon as we have them, we post them there. Even if we don't have all the information or the flyer, the event goes up so you have that date. Mark them all in your calendar so that you've got them there. And we know life happens. You can't always get out and get to every event, but at least you know when they're happening. You can use them to invite your team to or guests to. And you'll stop and think for a second, what's more important? I got to go to this birthday party, or I've got this promotion and I really should get to this event because I'm working on this promotion. And at least you can decide. There's never any guilt from us or judgment whatsoever, but just put those in there. And there's tons and tons and tons. Is Sarah Beardmore on here? No. Okay. I just want her to share something with you guys. What else? The Network Marketing Pro book called GoPro. Does everybody have a copy? No. Order it now. It's free. You go to networkmarketingpro.com. Maybe Sarah, could you punch that in the chat there for people? Thank you. And order that book. That is like the Bible for our business. And as I said, all you pay is shipping. So go on there. And I'm just going back in time, going over all these things because I've been doing that with my team now. People that have been with me for quite a while and they still don't have this book. I'm like, oh my gosh, order it. It's a great, great resource. It literally changed everything for me. It went from feeling kind of icky a lot of times trying to share it to just sharing the business. So as I say, it is like our Bible. What else? Like I said, we're trying to put all the information together onto the Team B page. So you'll have super simple steps for doing this business, and then you can teach others how to do it. And what we want to get back to or continue to do, just a minute, lost my sheet, is this. I just went over this on the new rep call. So creating curiosity, whether you're talking to somebody at the grocery store, you never want to barf Juice Plus, or you're posting on social media, and then you get their curiosity so they engage with you, squiggle a line, go offline, and start a conversation with them, and a tool. So either your sorry guys, third event, I'm starting to lose my words, your Zoom event, that you can send them with your stories, or even better, get them to tune into one of these, what they call Freedom Revolution calls, which is info about the product stories, info about the business stories, and so on. And they run every night, Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. And then we have Sarah's team doing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. as well. And we're doing some on Wednesday. There's so many, I don't want to confuse you guys, but use those to tune people into, to get them to listen and get some information. It's just an overview. And then you follow up with them, and then you get them on the three-way call. What we used to do before is kind of get them on a three-way call right away, but it's so much more effective if you can get them on these Freedom Revolution calls first, so they can get a foundation of knowledge and then ask some better questions. Hey, Sarah, can you talk and just share what's been going on with your team as you've tweaked your system a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Sarah Beardmore?
Yep, Sarah B. Beardmore, it says on the Zoom here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to get rid of that. Yeah, so what we've been doing is, like Melissa said, so obviously the Freedom Revolution group has created the online webinars, multiple times a week. And before they started, we do that every couple of months with them. But I realized that we needed something consistent that our team could feel ownership over, and they could trust who was going to be speaking. Because you never know, I was finding my team was not promoting for the 90-day game calls, which is the Freedom Revolution calls that Melissa's speaking of. So we created Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like Melissa said, at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and Monday and Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. and it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's just what we use. We don't even promote the other calls. They're there, I guess, if somebody wants them. But to keep it simple, those are the only ones that we promote for as a team. And what we've been seeing is a lot of duplication. So our team trusts the speakers. They know, every Monday morning it's Alona. Every Monday evening it's me. Every Wednesday it's Courtney. And then, we're floating the calls between Melissa and the NMDs and I on Wednesday nights. And every Friday it's Kim. And the team trusts those speakers. They know what they can expect. They know the stories. And so they're really getting comfortable with them. And we're seeing a lot of duplication because they're inviting to them. And then what's happening is we're plugging the next call at the end of that call, like, hey, if you love this information and people that could, if you want to join our mission and you know people that would love to hear this, you can invite them on Wednesday at this time or Friday at this time. And so what we're seeing is, like, on Monday night, we had quite a few guests on, and one of those guests brought a guest back this morning. So we got to see her again for a second time, but she brought a friend. And so we were able to add 10 new team members last month to our team. And so we basically just are taking them and I don't know if you want me to get into all that stuff, but basically just utilizing the calls only, not sending videos anymore, not sending them to websites, just literally teaching our teams to promote for these calls. And that's all we're doing.
And tell them about your results, Sarah.
Yeah, so we like I said, we had 10 team members last month from them. For the first little while, there was no one on, maybe a person here or there. And then all of a sudden we're getting like 12, 13 people, on. And then, sometimes it's 5, 6. It just depends on the day and the night. But I think consistency is key, that people can trust that we're going to be there for them, that what we're going to be sharing, and that they trust that they can invite their friends to them. And now our team is growing, team members. We're getting a lot, like we're starting to do a lot more online, like, obviously Instagram and cold market prospecting, and they're bringing their friends on, which is really awesome. So it's just creating duplication. I think, we've always been taught to utilize tools and less of our mouths, which is great. But honestly, with hundreds of different teams and in a corporate office that's always putting out new content, it can get really confusing as to what to share and how to share. And we just wanted to make it really simple for people. And so we as leaders had to kind of retract a little bit and remind ourselves not to tell our teams to send a video for this. Like, I used to get the question like, oh, I have this athlete, what video should I send? I have this, what should I send? Now all we're doing is saying, like, we don't give it to them. We just say, invite them to this webinar. It's 20, we keep it simple terminology. We just say, overview call, just because some people might not want to learn about the business, but we share in such a genuine, loving way that it's not offensive. And so we want to make sure that they see everything from start to finish, because when you're just sharing a video, or you're trying to share yourself, or maybe you've run into somebody and you hadn't seen them in a while and you're just trying to get that information out, it's never enough information for anyone to make an educated decision. And then you got to track them down. It gets all awkward. But if you get them on these calls, they see it from start to finish. They hear multiple stories. They see the passion. They can actually physically see us. And it just makes it so much more personable than just watching some, video. So that's what we're finding. It's just getting people comfortable inviting to them. But people are staring at their phones all the time. People are used to this type of technology. If you're awkward about it, they'll be awkward about it. If you're not, they won't be.
And what were your results, Sarah?
Last month, like I said it a couple times, we had 10 new reps.
That's amazing.
I can't read that question. I don't have my glasses on. Question.
Sarah Marin is asking, are you sending the launch video first and then inviting, or just inviting to this call? Is the follow-up with the guests to then lead them to a three-way, or what's the next step?
Great question. So first step is get them, I think it maximizes everybody's time. So, we before this, we're doing a ton of three-way connection calls. This is helping us kind of weed people out. And then when we're on connection calls, it almost becomes like a launch. So we start with these. And then if, most people are really intrigued, at least to order products at the very least, if not join our mission, then we're connecting them over Zoom. They're already used to that technology. So we want to get them used to that technology. So then they jump on a three-way Zoom. And from there, we kind of get into the nitty gritty, answer any questions that they have. And usually, because we're on Zoom and they've already seen everything, they're ready to make that decision and get signed up. We literally just basically start them on the startup videos of the freedomrevolution.com, which is fantastic. It does all the training for you. And I say, look, if you want to get started, this is what we do. We keep it super simple. We want to create duplication. We want, when you bring on your friends, we want you to be able to know what to do. So all you have to do is watch these videos yourself, fill out the starter guide. And when you're done that, we'll connect and we book that next meeting. So then I'm like, okay, this takes about an hour and a half. When can you have it done by? Wednesday? Great. What's Friday at noon look like? And then we're always doing the GoPro by, GoPro book Eric Worre, scheduling the next meeting. So this is all new for us. I just, as far as this last month goes, but we're seeing momentum. And I think the biggest thing is just consistency in our team, knowing that they can trust those calls that we're doing, right?
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Sarah. And just so you guys know, because Sarah speaks at the speed of light, she is going to do this in a Zoom, all this, blah, 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 all those steps. And then our wonderful Nikki will put it into a YouTube link so you guys can watch it. And then we will get all those steps organized in Team B as well. On that note, I'm going to say goodnight and turn it over to Sarah because I have to jump on the Freedom Revolution call right now. But I just want to say thank you so much. We so appreciate it when you guys make these calls a priority and tune in and hear what we have to say. It's so nice to see so many faces. So thank you, and we will see you next week. I'm going to say bye, but Sarah's going to take it from here.
Which Sarah?
Pick one. I was referring to Naylor, though. Beardmore's joining me in the other call.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. So yeah, I've been kind of watching Sarah B from afar and, listening to what she's doing, and it totally just makes sense. That's something that I've struggled with, is being duplicatable. And this is exactly what, what we need to be plugging our teams into, something that they can, know what's happening every week. They trust the speakers, and it's just that duplicatable process that helps us bring on team and get them through the marketing plan fast. So Melissa just wanted me to share a couple of things happening in February. In Newmarket, there is a Design Your Suite Life event. I believe Nikki is just finalizing the flyer to share. It's at the Snack Mart, and there will be an Eventbrite link. It's basically Raise Your Vibe event, but we're marketing and using our branding with the Design Your Sweet Life. So hang tight, and I know Nikki will be posting the flyer shortly. And just to recap the speakers for the month of February, I know Jan Klesko, who is catering his talk to men in the business. So Dax, I know that you'll appreciate that, and Nikita. And, he's just got a really warm story. He's super personable and fun to listen to. So if you have any guy prospects, definitely be on there. Jan's a really great guy. Michelle Ball will be joining us this week and sharing how to perfect your story, which is always awesome to have, and especially hear from her. And there's one more call, and I'm looking for my flyer. One more speaker. Sorry, guys. Melissa asked me kind of a few seconds ago to close the call, so I'm just making sure I give you the right information on who the other speaker is. And Anthony Goulet on February 20th. And for those of you who don't know who Anthony is, he is a really nice-looking Australian man who basically turned my business around in November. I know he was the executive producer of the documentary Overfed and Undernourished that toured through Canada. And yeah, he just really simplified things, kind of put a rocket in my butt, and really drove. We do a Design Your Sweet Life here every week in Ottawa, and we're getting really awesome reviews. So he is going to be on our call on the 20th. I'm just going to bring up the flyer. Is there a Zoom? Sorry, I'm just, is there still a Zoom tomorrow night? I'm not sure what Angela is speaking about. So I'm not, Angela, do you want to unmute and ask? Or not? Does anyone have any questions about anything? Nope.
Can you hear me?
I can, hon.
So last month Alyssa spoke for the monthly call, for the monthly Zoom. And I thought that tomorrow night there was one that
yes,
was done. And I can't remember what those are called.
I do know what you're talking about. I'll ask Nicole, because I know that she was kind of leading those.
Yeah, okay.
And I will.
Oh,
Nikki.
link is on website. Okay, thank you, Nikki.
Teamwork. Awesome, guys. Well, we're a couple minutes early before 9. If you guys have any prospects, bring them on to the Design Your Sweet Life at 9 with Melissa. And you guys have yourself a great night.